someone was wondering, they learned about deltas on Mars and they want to know, is there any water on Mars now?
So not really. There's a lot of evidence that there was past water in lakes and rivers, maybe even oceans on Mars, but there's no evidence of liquid water on the surface today.
So how do we know that?
Well, we have satellites around Mars, and as they orbit, they take pictures, and we've never seen any, big bodies of standing water on Mars or flowing water on Mars today. We also have Mars rovers, and they can study the surface, and they find a lot of evidence of past water, but nothing that is currently liquid today.
So if there was past water, but there's nothing on the surface now, where did it all go?
Yeah, so that's a big question. That's one of the big questions of Mars science. So we think the water went a few different places. First of all, Mars is a smaller planet than the Earth, so it has less gravity, and it also doesn't have a magnetic field. So that means that in the early days of Mars, when there was a thicker atmosphere with a lot of water, the solar wind, the particles coming from the sun, there was no magnetic field to protect the planet, so those particles hit the upper atmosphere and knocked the water into space. We also think a lot of Mars's water is still on the planet, but it's underground in ice that's buried underground, or it's in the ice caps. Mars has north and south polar ice caps, just like the Earth. So between losing water to space and a lot of the water being trapped as ice, that's where we think most of Mars's water is.
So can that water ice ever melt? Do we ever see it on the surface in liquid form now?
Not really. There are a few places where we think there might be features that are formed by liquid water. There's gullies. These are, little channels that are eroded into the cliffs and craters. And there's also streaks on steep slopes that some people think are formed by liquid water flowing down the slope. But this is an area of a lot of debate in the scientific community. Some people think they're made of water. Other people think you can form all these things without any water involved or just very, very little amounts of water. So scientists are still working on this, and we're still trying to figure it out.
Awesome. Thanks, Ryan.
All right, thank you.